Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Samuel Sands, and I'm a captain in the U.S. Army, and I do cybersecurity.
What are the skills and abilities required to work in the military?
I would say the most important skills that you need in the military is the ability to listen and and put that into action. So a lot of times you'll have someone higher than you, and so you have to be able to understand what their orders are and then what they mean by that. And then you take action and you have to try to predict what they want so that you are efficient. And another skill is leadership, because you'll have soldiers under you. So every soldier is a leader, and whatever actions that you take, everyone looks at you because you're wearing a uniform.
Thank you for taking the time for this interview today. It was very exciting and then very practical to us. I learned a lot of American cultures, American military cultures. Again, a very thank you.
It was a very fun interview, and I enjoyed getting to know everyone here. And one last note: go Army, beat Navy.
Hello.
Hi there.
Can you introduce your job?
I'm a psychotherapist.
Yeah.
I am a generalist, I would say. I don't really have an area where I specialize. As a generalist, I work with people who have anxiety, depression, people who've experienced trauma, a lot of relationship issues.
What is the most common reason people come to therapy?
I would say they're depressed or they're anxious about something, mostly relationship issues, whether that's personally or professionally.
What is the most common issues about stress of the work?
A lot of times people come because they feel really overwhelmed that their boss or their work structure expects a lot more out of them than they're able to do.
Yeah. We will have an internship in US, so if we work alone in another country, we may feel depressed and emotional loneliness. Yeah. Can you give me some advice on how to overcome this?
Well, I would say the most important thing, and the thing that I always do to encourage my patients, is to reach out. So, and even reach out to, say, your family members or old friends. It doesn't just have to be people here, but it's really important, I think, for people to get to know people.
Finish. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Sarah. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
I am Seoyoung Kim, and I'm the interviewer today. Are you ready for the interview?
Yes, let's do it.
Can you introduce us what kinds of tasks in your company and what is your job?
Sure. So I'm the assistant to the chief of staff at a government agency called the U.S. Development Finance Corporation. We essentially operate as a bank, and we provide funding for projects in low income and lower middle income countries. The chief of staff is new, so I've been very busy with preparing her for her job, scheduling her meetings, getting her technology set up and ready for her.
As I expected, you are very busy. And I think your job will get bigger if you make a mistake.
Yes.
Yeah, but how should you deal with it if you make a big mistake?
Well, it depends on if the mistake is fixable. If the mistake is fixable, I usually just email the people that I need to email, quickly try and change gears and get what my boss needs for a certain meeting, or reschedule it to a time that works better for everyone.
Thank you for taking your time to introduce your career and the company. And it was such a meaningful and valuable time talking with you today. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
You're waiting Dorcas. Yeah, until she finished the work. Wow, we are so excited.
Let me ask some questions. First, what kind of work do you do?
Hello, my name is Dorcas. The job I do is a staff assistant position. My job is to make sure that the office runs smoothly, to support the staff, as well as take care of the internship program in our office.
Is there a higher level of competition to become a civil servant in the U.S.?
I would say there is definitely a competition to be here. It's very hard to get a job on the Hill, as well, because there's a very specific work environment that they are looking for, specific information, education that they're looking for people to work on the Hill. So there's many applicants for very small groups of positions opening. So yes, there's definitely a competition.
Is it an atmosphere where you can freely express your opinions on politics while working at Congress?
That's a very good question. I like that question, because in our office, I'll say yes. My office, we are very open with our ideas, because we work for a member who's very open about her ideas. For all of us, we have the same politics, really, so we can always have very casual conversation.
The last question is, if we have an internship and we are given a job that we don't want to do or that we don't think is fair, how should we respond to that?
I think you need to think about the pros and cons, of course. Hope you guys are open-minded with the opportunities that are coming. If you notice that, if you see you don't like it, it's not working for you, that's okay. Just make sure you have a lot of options for you to choose from.